Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I'm back. I know it's been a minute since the last video. I just want to give you a quick explanation on why that is. I knew I wanted to come on and discuss our upcoming legislative priorities, but I didn't want to do that until we had a series of meetings that I wanted to make sure we got knocked out prior to putting this out. Because again, this is a public YouTube page so that we can get the most views from our membership as possible. And there's at least one particular priority that's going to ruffle some feathers, and I wanted to make sure that I had met with those people prior to coming out on YouTube. I'm not in the business of trying to surprise people with our bills. I think we have a better chance of getting things accomplished if we, talk about it at the front end, and then we can work on whatever mediation or compromise that needs to take place. So, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time today, I promise you. But I do want to make sure that you understand what we're looking for. And the one thing I'm not going to touch upon is pay raises. We do have state agencies that we're in preliminary discussions about, but the problem is right now I can't give you any facts about it because we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with the state budget. We're hearing two or three different scenarios for the state budget, and honestly, none of them look great. But we'll see. We got to wait and see how how the taxes work out and all that stuff, and whether there's going to be income left over for the state, or whether they're breaking even, or whether there's a deficit. So until those numbers are official, we won't be able to get into details on what we're looking at for our state agencies. But we are looking at it. It's not something that's not on our radar. Trust me, it's well on our radar. It's the top thing on the radar. So we're just waiting to get those kind of factual bases. So for PSPRS, we are, and this is for our entire coalition, we're all in agreement, and we're already starting to meet with Congress representatives and senators up there at the state capitol, that we are targeting the age limit, period. Right, we want it gone. Senator Gowan, I can tell you, he actually started the discussion with us, saying he wants that thing gone. So we are working feverishly to eliminate that age limit. Now, I'm not going to promise you that that's happening overnight. We know this is a mountain to climb. We're actually waiting on an actuary report from PSPRS to see what it's going to cost, to see whether there's a way for us to work the monies. Maybe you have to put in a little bit more of your pension to get to where we can eliminate that age requirement. But for me, it's the number one priority for everybody. It's the number one priority. It does not make any sense to anybody that we've talked to so far that you can work a 25-year career, retire, and then have to wait 9 years to receive your health or monies. Like you don't get health insurance or your pension. Like that doesn't even make sense. So we're working on that. That is our number one, and that's everybody. Fire, APA, ASCOPS, we're all on board with trying to eliminate that age requirement. The next one we're working on, FOP, we've already put this, we already have a bill ready to go. We're finishing up the language on everything. Obviously, that's why we start early. But one of the things that is a priority for me, and I hope for everybody, if you look at the statute for our presumptive cancers, so if you develop certain cancers at work, or if you develop certain cancers, period, within a time frame, even after retirement, by statute, those are covered. It's a presumptive cancer that you presumptively got it at work. One of the things that was missed back when that statute was written is melanoma, skin cancer. The firefighters have it in their statute, and we all know they don't spend as much time outside as we do. That is, we are working hard on that one. That's going to be, I don't think that one's going to be a huge problem. But then again, I told you guys that last year with the canine bill, and that turned out to be a nightmare. So, but we got it passed. So we're gonna fight for that one, and hopefully we get that through. And from moving forward, skin cancer will be covered, because it's a real issue. I mean, it's not a huge issue. I don't think that we have cops coming down with skin cancer every single day, but when they do come down with it, it's more likely than not that it was work related, and that's how it should be in the law. So that's what we're going to work on. The last one that we're going to do that is the one that's going to ruffle some feathers. We're going to dip into the Police Officer Bill of Rights again. And this time we're talking about appeals. So let's say, for example, you do something at work and you're wrong and you end up getting demoted. And you're like, hey, that seems a little harsh. I don't think I should have been demoted. So you file an appeal. Obviously, the attorneys come in, you go to your appeal, whatever your appeal system is for your jurisdiction. You'll go in there with your attorneys, they'll argue, present facts, witnesses, whatever the case may be, and argue. As it stands today, this review board comes out and says, the officer is wrong, he should be demoted. Okay. Your only avenue to continue to try and fight that is to go to Superior Court. It's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to have to hire an attorney, blah, 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 blah. Right? But that's how you would continue the appeal process if you are the officer that is under that discipline. Here's where the problem is. In the same statute, the way it reads right now, if you go to that appeals board and they say, you know what, that officer's right, it should have been an 80-hour suspension, not a demotion. The chief, sheriff, whoever, the director, they get that report back that says, hey, the board said officer shouldn't have been demoted. They can literally go, okay, and crumple it up and throw it in the garbage, and you're still demoted. We don't think that's right. We think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if we have to appeal it to Superior Court, they should have to appeal it to Superior Court. Of course, they don't want to give that up. But we don't want them to have this ultimate authority. And the main reason, and again, this is not a case of us thinking that this is happening every day. But it shouldn't be allowed to happen. In my opinion, I think it's pretty simple to say if the officer has to go file in Superior Court because he doesn't agree with the appeal board's decision, how is the chief, sheriff, director any different? They should have to, if they disagree and they want to keep you demoted, terminated, whatever the case may be, they should have to make that argument at Superior Court and they should have to win that ruling. It shouldn't just be an arbitrary process where they go, nah, we win. So that's the last one that we're really digging in on. We're trying to craft that language now. I'm hoping to have that here in the next day or two, so that we can get that sent out to the Chiefs Association because obviously, like I said, I want to get that stuff to them early so that we can have discussions, we can arbitrate, we can mediate, we can try and come to some sort of agreement on this. Because if we don't agree, it's going to be really hard to get that bill even moving, much less get it passed. So that's what we're doing. Outside of that, it's been very, very busy. I will tell you, I've spent far too many hours of my October driving to and from Phoenix. So it's been a couple of hotel stays here and there. I'm not mad at it. It's just, it does get a little tiresome. And on top of that, it's hockey season has started up for my Tucson Roadrunners. So, you know, we're bouncing back and forth. We got games tomorrow and Wednesday night that we'll be at. So, and of course, my own hockey season still playing and reffing and all that stuff. So, been busy, but in a good way, right? It's busy that I choose to be. It's not a busy that I have to be. So that's always a bonus for me. So with that, those are our priorities. I'm going to let you guys go. I will leave it at that for this video. I hope everyone has a great Halloween. And I probably won't do it before Veterans Day because I'm getting even busier. I'm going back up to Phoenix for the canine trials at the beginning of next month. So if you're in the Valley, please, I'll give a quick little commercial here. The Arizona Law Enforcement Canine Association trials that take place out there at Westworld in Scottsdale, they're the biggest canine trials in the country now. They've overtaken the Vegas trials. It used to be the biggest. It's now the biggest. And so I'll be there judging. I know that our Corrections Lodge is going to have a booth there as well. And come out and watch these dogs, man. They're amazing at what they do. There'll be probably 60 dog teams again this year. So that's November 8th and 9th. Please come out, check it out. You won't be able to see me because I'm off-site judge this year, judging area search and building search. So you'd be hard-pressed to find me. But I will make it over to the arena for some of the stuff, so you may see me. But now, with that, So that's me being busy again by choice, and I love doing that. So that's going to be fun. So, but the reason I brought all that up for my fellow veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. For my fellow Marines, happy birthday, 250 years, baby. It's a big one. Enjoy it, celebrate smartly, wisely, not like we used to do back in the Marine Corps days. Those were celebrations for sure. But happy Veterans Day to my fellow veterans. Happy Marine Corps birthday to my fellow Marines, Semper Fi. For everybody else, please stay safe out there. It's still a crazy world, and I still want everybody to go home at the end of every shift. So please stay safe, take care of each other. God bless you all. If you need anything from me, you know how to reach me. With that, I promise I'm done. I will see you guys around the bend, and I'll talk to you again on YouTube next month. Thank you.